Hey everybody, good morning. So tomorrow we're going to have a science quiz. So today we'll play the game that we normally would have played at school. And so let's see. Let's start with this one. For 1 point, light travels in what? Light goes in all directions, only one direction, 0 directions, or opposite directions. This could be confusing. Think about it. We know that light goes in straight lines, but would that only be one straight line only going one way? 0 directions would mean it's not going anywhere. Opposite directions, think about that. If you shine a flashlight, is it going forward and backward at the same time? And all directions would mean it can go every way, but it has to make straight lines. Think about that light bulb. It does send light out in all directions, doesn't it? So let's check and see if that's the answer. We got it. Here's another one. Some objects, like blank, can block light from coming through. So we're looking for something that will block the light. Remember that great experiment you did? It's going to block it and no light will shine through it at all. Well, if light wouldn't go through my eyeglasses, would I be able to see? That can't be it. Does light go through clear glass? Well, again, what's in my glasses? It's clear and light does go through, so it's not blocking the light. Windows. If the window blocked the light, would I be able to see what's on the other side? Not at all, huh? So wood, remember? Let's imagine that I am outside trying to look through the wall of my shed that's made of wood. Can I see what's inside the shed if I try to look through the wall? No, because wood doesn't let any light through. It blocks all the light. Think we're right? We got it. Let's check this one. What do mirrors do? Remember that day we were playing with the mirror? And we were twisting it around so that we could move the light from the flashlight. We could bounce it up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Does a mirror absorb all the light? Absorb it is like when you spill some juice and you get a paper towel, the towel soaks it all up or absorbs it. That would mean the mirror keeps all the light inside, like the paper towel. Is that what the mirror did? Did the mirror create or make its own bright light? No, because the light came from the flashlight, right? It didn't come from that, so it didn't make or create light. See, it says record the amount of light. Well, the mirror is not recording anything. It's not a playback. It's not making any movies we can watch later. So D says it changes the direction of light, and that makes sense to me, right? Remember, if the light was shining directly at me holding the mirror, I could twist the mirror a little bit and send the light up another way. So it changes the direction of the light. And we got it right. And what's this one? How does light travel? It goes in circles? No. It goes in straight lines. I think that's it, but let's read the rest. It travels in curvy ways. Does light bend and curve around stuff? No, it doesn't. Does light make a zigzag? No, it doesn't. So which one did we think was the best? B, the straight line? Yeah, it can go in many directions in straight lines if it's a light bulb and it's got lots of room to let light out in lots of directions. But each one of those rays of light will only move in a straight line. Okay. We got lots of those. And we have a bonus question. Which of these materials lets a lot of light through? A lot of light can get through this thing. Metal. Some of you tried, in your experiment yesterday, you tried to shine light through a piece of foil from the kitchen. That's metal. Did any light go through? No, so it's not metal, is it? Mirrors. Well, I know light can bounce back at me from the mirror, but does it go through to the other side of the mirror? I don't think so. And if you're not sure, grab that mirror again and shine a light on it and see if any light's coming out the other side, because it's not. And remember we said I can't see through the wood walls of my shed? But curtains, you know, sometimes in the middle of the day I get a little sleepy. I wanted to take a nap today, but it was kind of bright. I closed the curtains in the room, but I could still tell it was daytime. Because even though the curtains did block some of the light, it did still let light through. So let's pick curtains. Remember, some people even have those really thin curtains that let lots of light come through. Let's see if we're right. That was the correct answer. Normally, curtains do let a lot of light through. There are some curtains that have been developed by some engineers that can block a lot of light, but even with those curtains, you would probably still know it's daytime. Okay, so tomorrow, guys, you're going to get a quizzes link, and you will see lots of these questions we just practiced right there on the quizzes game. Okay? All right, let's take a look at what we're going to do today for math. I have no idea why it changed. We're going on to this lesson here. Lesson 4 is comparing shapes. We've been talking about the parts of shapes, right? They have sides and they have vertices.
Compare
So, when we want to compare two-dimensional shapes, two-dimensional means these are flat shapes you could cut out of a piece of paper, right? If we want to compare them, the best way to do that is see how many vertices and sides do they have. Some have more, some have less, some don't have any at all, right? All right, let's check this out real quick.
Dimensional shapes. How are these shapes different? A triangle and a square are different because a triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices, and a square has 4 sides and 4 vertices. How are these shapes alike? A rectangle and a trapezoid are alike because both figures have 4 sides and 4 vertices.
Did you notice that she changed her question? The first question said, how are these shapes different? The triangle and the square were different because one had more sides than the other and more vertices than the other. This question didn't ask you to look how they're different. This question said, look how they're the same. What's the same about these? These are the same as a square. They both have 4 sides and 4 vertices, right? That's one way that they are all the same. Okay, so let's take a look in our math book, and we're going to be doing exactly that today. We're going to be looking at different shapes and how they are the same or different. So what I want you to do is, I want you to go into your kitchen, ask Mom if there are some things that you could borrow, see if you can find yourself, I don't know, a can of soup or a tube from the inside of the paper towels or a box of mac and cheese and maybe some dice from a game, and let's trace them on here. Now let's see. I'm going to not tell you what I'm drawing just yet, but well, here is the shape I would get if I trace the bottom of the mac and cheese, right? Because the bottom of the mac and cheese is a rectangle, isn't it? And here is the shape I got when I traced a can of soup, right? Now, why did I put this one over here? Because it has what we need to go on this side of the fence. 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the can, the bottom of the can, is a circle, isn't it? So it doesn't have any vertices or sides. It has to go over here, doesn't it? Okay? So, find some things that you can trace and decide where they should go. All right? On this page, you just have to read carefully, okay? It tells you what you're looking for, and you can either circle them or you can color them in, whatever you feel like doing. but only do the ones it says. This one says only find shapes with 4 sides. This is different. This one says find shapes with 3 vertices. This one says it has to have 3 sides and 3 vertices. This one says it has to have 4 sides that are all the same length. So read carefully and don't be tricked, okay? Again, just keep reading. Have mom or dad sit with you. Read them carefully. Make sure you pick out the shapes that it's really asking you to look for, okay? If Madeline found some of these things around the school, how many of the things did she find would have more than 3 sides? Does this one have any sides at all? It can't be that one, can it? Nope, can't be that one at all. So I'm just going to mark that one right now. It's not that one. This one doesn't have any sides either, does it? So how many things did she find that had more than 3 sides? See, we have to read carefully, okay? Down here it says, circle all the same type of shapes and explain. Now, boys and girls, I can see that there's only one shape here that's really different than the others. Did you see it's the square? The square is really different than the others. But you're saying, but Mrs. Wright, these triangles, they're not all exactly the same. This one's smaller than the others. They're all different colors. Some of them are standing up, some of them are tipped over, some of them look like they're dancing. But there is something that's definitely the same about all of them. Hint, count the sides and vertices, okay? And then parents, when your children begin doing this homework page, this page and the other one, just follow along. I bet they're not going to have much of an issue, but you do want to make sure that they are getting everything. There is going to be a short quiz on Friday. I'm sure it's not going to be very hard for anybody, okay? And right about now, you're probably ready for a little break. I have this wonderful story for you. The link to this story is on the class story page of our dojo, and the story is called Can I Keep It?
The bird.
And in this story, again, we're talking about empathy. Let's remember one more time, what does empathy mean? Empathy means taking a moment to stop and think how someone else might feel, okay? So in this great story called Can I Keep It? We need to think all the way through the story, how might someone else feel if I do this, okay? So enjoy that, go get your snack or a lunch break, and come on back when you're ready for some Super Kids practice. See you soon.